What's up, guys? My name is HeliumLemon15, and welcome back to part 8 of my Pilgrim's Progress playthrough. We're basically done with the silver mine. I don't even remember what happened in the silver mine. It was just kind of pointless. Excuse me. It is Friday, November 18th, and I'm not even sure what to talk about. But, you know, it's a brisk November afternoon, you know, we're making do here in Baltimore. I love Baltimore, especially in the fall. Ooh, this is a pretty landscape here. This is a pretty area. I have to jump on a lot of rocks, though. The platforming is very annoying. But it looks kind of like something that you'd see on like a typical like Bible and Christian store. Or it just looks like, you know, driving through the middle of Pennsylvania on a sunny day. Oh no, bypass meadow, what is this? This road keeps getting worse, my feet are sore. You have been on this path longer than I have, I'll believe you if you tell me. Well, look here, that road leads something. What if it leads out of our way? I don't think so, there goes a man across the meadow. Well, very well then, let's cross over the meadow. Please wait. And... oh no, bypass meadow, it's all rainy and the music's all wrong. And it's got McDonald's lighting. Oh, we couldn't even make it very far in. I recognize that man, his name was Vain Confidence. Let me walk ahead of you if anything bad happens. We're in this together, I forgive you. They made a small fire for the night and fell asleep, but then a giant named Despair took them to his castle. Welcome to your new home. You trespassed on my land. Do yourself a favor and end your own life while you still can. Why did we leave our path? Despair was right. Arg, are you still alive? I will let you suffer here for 10 more days. If only we had a key to these shackles. A key? Hopeful when I stood before the cross, God made a promise. He made a promise that goes beyond my feeble doubts, and that is our key. Let's escape this dungeon. I love the happy music that kicks in there, just out of nowhere. Straight out of nowhere, it's like this super happy, hopeful music. Almost like the super happy, hopeful music. I keep comparing this game to Desolate Hope, but that's probably my favorite Scott Cawthon game, not including the Five Nights at Freddy's series, which are okay, in my opinion. I mean, it kind of shaped an era of gaming, but, you know. Okay, fine. What do you want me to do? They're groundbreaking games. I mean, I don't think they've aged very well. I think they're kind of like, oh my god, haha, Five Nights at Freddy's, what a meme. Roblox, Minecraft. I don't know, but I like Desolate Hope a lot because I think it still holds up as a very weird, unusual idea. Not that Five Nights at Freddy's isn't a creative idea. I like that idea a lot. And doing a game based on a 17th century Christian allegorical novel is also a pretty groundbreaking idea. So, you know, I like this game too. I think it's a cool idea. Speaking of cool ideas, I kind of want to do a Let's Play of Four Last Things at some point in the near future. Oh, I have this habit of praying right after battles, but I think battles heal you automatically anyway, so my throat feels funny. I wonder if it's just the lemonade that I drank, but it feels weird. It feels like my voice not make it through this whole episode. My throat's having some kind of allergic or just reaction to the lemonade. But, oh god, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Tomorrow morning's a Saturday and I have a 9 a.m. train, which 9 a.m. isn't bad. I love 9 a.m., but, you know, I have to pack for a week at home with my parents, so it's always a fun time. But I pilfered some croissants from my... I love that word, pilfered. from my school cafeteria, so I have some sustenance to last for early Saturday morning. God, I'm gonna take a nap. Would y'all hate me if I took a nap right after this recording session? I don't know if I can do it anymore. Sometimes life just eats you up and you start to feel shit. You start to feel shitty. Anyway. Yeah, Four Last Things is a really cool game. It's a point-and-click game that's entirely based on like Renaissance and Baroque paintings. Super cool, and because I love art and art history, and the game's got an excellent, like, cheeky, like Monty Python-esque sense of humor. It's a very irreverent game, and I love it. Not very good at avoiding those spiky balls that come down from the ceiling for whatever. Having to fight so many of these jailers because there's like 3 or 4 of them, and yes, they're jailors, so with an O. They give good experience, and then here's Giant Despair right here, and I was like, yo, and he was like, yo, and then he frickin' owned me. So this was my first attempt at Giant Despair, and I see no point in leaving this battle in because, you know, I want to get through this playthrough in a decent amount of parts. So let's skip ahead a little bit. We're going through all this basically a second time. So yeah, they're Jailors with an L. And if you notice, they're actually made out of like chains and locks and padlocks and keys and stuff. And that whole cutscene about, like, oh, God's promise is your key, that pretty much all the enemies in this area are weak to promise. He says as he uses power. But power isn't nobody's weak to power. Power is just like a special thing. Yeah, the enemies in here are not fun. But you just want to constantly heal yourself. Use gospel truth immediately if you get into doubt or chains. You can boost your strength a bit at the beginning of the battle. That's what I usually like to do. I've been playing a bit of Myst. Been playing a few other random games. I've been playing Ausgard, which is like one of those Eldorlia RPG games. They're such cheese, and I love them. Ausgard is like it has to be my favorite one that I've played so far. It kind of is actually good. Like the music's actually good. It looks really beautiful. The writing is crap, but the story is at least interesting. It feels like a very, like, you know, thrift store DVD Narnia. You know what I mean, like a knockoff Narnia. And it's got humans and dwarves and lots of really pretty snowy mountains, and yeah, the music is actually good. It's not like, it's like somebody actually sat in a studio and recorded music and had a real clarinet play on the soundtrack, and it's better than most of those like cheesy games with their stock music. I've been playing Myst. Myst has been great. I'm stuck on the Channelwood Age. It's pretty tricky to figure out, and navigating the tree tops on the original Scum VM version is ass. Because you have to click on a specific spot on the screen to like turn left and right, and of course you don't have like full 3D graphics, you just have a series of still images. You have like a picture of everything taken from a specific angle. So while it's a really groundbreaking game for the time, did not age well. Let's just say that. Channelwood, I've done all the other ages, so mechanical, selenitic, stone chip. Channelwood is by far the hardest. Like, it doesn't even come close. Which is kind of... I never thought of the ages in any specific order, but I kind of thought it was an interesting order that I played them in, like almost from least to most difficult, so like mechanical and then selenitic, which I called spaceship by accident, but it's basically spaceship and then stone ship. Stone ship is like the third. The third highest, I guess you would say, in terms of difficulty, and then the third highest. No, that sounds like the third from highest. What I'm trying to say is it ranks if from 1 to 4, 4 being the most difficult. But I should say it's the second most difficult after Channelwood. I should say Channelwood is the most difficult, and Stone Ship is the second most difficult. But if I had to rank each of the 4 with a number from 1 to 4, mechanical would be number 1, with number 1 being the easiest. And then selenitic would be number 2, and then stone ship would be number 3, and then channelwood would be number 4. Even though it is fun to be in a forest, I do like forest levels in video games a lot. So yeah, and I've been playing some, I played a really short psychological horror kind of mental health weird visual novel thing called Milk Inside of a Bag of Milk Inside of a Bag of Milk, and that game was like 15 minutes long, you know, maybe 5 if you rush through it, and took all the right options right away. I actually got a bad ending because I picked one of the bad text options just as an experiment, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how you get a bad ending. But I was like, oh, well, that's an interesting little experimental game, but it's nothing to write home about. And then I see the developers doing a sequel, and guess what the sequel is called? It's called Milk Outside of a Bag of Milk Outside of a Bag of Milk, and it actually has like full-blown graphics. Like the graphics for, we'll just call it MIB. Milk inside of a bag, milk inside of a bag of milk. MIB, MIBM. That didn't save me any time because I still had to figure out what the acronym was. It was mainly like pixel art. But, MOBM has actual like drawings and stuff. What else have I been playing? I've been playing a precision platformer called Millie and Greg a little bit. I typically have less patience with like precision platformers if they're really hard, but they are fun. I do like platforming a lot. I have less patience with hard games. I don't know, let's just say I have more patience with easier games. Even with point-and-click games. If they're hard, you know I'm gonna bust out that walkthrough. Anyway, yeah, this boss fight, you just gotta play it really carefully. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Just take plenty of opportunities to heal yourself and get rid of those status ailments. And here I was being cute. I was like, let's give him the coup de grace instead of coup de grace. So yeah, that's the end of the episode.